it's Alicia here from That Budget Stuff, and thank you for coming and watching my replay. So I am tonight dedicating a little bit of time to catching up on some of the goals that we've been working through, and I'll just grab the document. So previously we have been working through, and we do it on a quarterly basis, our Wheel of Life goal setting. And part of that is working through one of the quadrants, or actually one of the eighths of those, that little core section, is our financial goals. And one of the financial goals that we had on our sheet to work through, and it was something that both myself and my husband were going to work through together, and we are a little bit late and behind on that because we were meant to have had this done by the 15th of August. It was our mortgage review, and that is essentially also why I put together the Save Yourself a Bucket Load mortgage formula, because I wanted to formalise what we've been doing for some time now when we go back through and talk to our bank about what our interest rate is on our home loan. So given that this is on our list of goals, I thought I'd quickly go through step 1 with you tonight, and I'm going to go through each of the steps, and feel free to join in. It shouldn't take too long each day for me to go through what we're going to do. So step 1 is documents, and this is really easy. So you will with your home loan, you will have statements for your home loan. We get them 6 monthly. And we have them sent out, and we also have access to them through our bank online. So we have our home loan currently through Westpac Bank. So you can just log into your online banking, or, as I say, pick up your documents. So the first part, they should literally take only a couple of minutes. And remember, I said that this whole process at the most should take you an hour to do, from all the different little steps, step 1 through to 5. In terms of working through and having that phone call and those outcomes with the bank. And then potentially, if you've got the average size home loan of around about $500,000, you should be able to easily save around $2,000 per year. So let's work through it for now. So step 1, documents. Find out what your current interest rate is, and this is something that is good for all of us to always be on top of and be aware of. Ours, as I say, our bank that we have our home loan with is Westpac, and our current interest rate is 2.93%. It'd be good to know how that compares to other people. The fees that we have charged. So we have an annual fee of $395. The first couple of years we didn't get charged that fee. I think Westpac forgot to, it was part of our package, but they forgot to charge it to us, and then in the last year or so they've added that, and we're starting to pay that now. So that's $395, and that is certainly a fee that I would like to not have, and I like to negotiate that fee. So let's see how I go with that. Current balance owing. So I've put down what our current balance is with our home loan. Minimum repayment. So once again, that'll be on your statement, and it's good to know what your minimum repayment is. Now this will minimum repayment will be dependent on whether you pay monthly, or whether you pay fortnightly, or whether you pay weekly. So we pay weekly, so I've written down what that amount is weekly, and another time I'll go through and talk about the differences between paying monthly, fortnightly and weekly, and why we have chosen to pay weekly, because there is definitely some advantages in that. So the next part was how often you pay. And as I say, I've written down here that we pay weekly, so that's really good when you're talking to banks and they're talking to you about changing what your repayment amount is. And the type of loan. So this also can make a really big difference in terms of the interest rate that you receive. So ours is a principal and interest loan. So that means that every time we make a payment, we're paying the money towards the interest, and we're also paying money towards the actual principal of the loan itself. So over a period of, whatever you decide to take your loan out over 25 or 30 years, that principal will also be paid off over that period of time. The other thing that is really good to know in terms of the type of loan, in most cases, for most people, it's probably going to be a owner-occupied loan, home loan, and that's what it is for us. In the past, we have had an investment property, and in that time we had an investment loan. And you'll find that investment loans usually have a higher interest rate than owner-occupied home loans. So that's really another good part to make sure that you're aware of in terms of those details for when you're chatting to the bank as well. And particularly for the next part, when I'm going to be online and looking for what the other interest rates that are around. And that was another good point too. If you wanted to follow through with me, or if you wanted to go off and actually do this yourself, I'll put the link. I'll put the link to where you can grab this PDF of this document, and this steps you through all the different parts, and you can have it on standby for when you work through it, but also you can have it there if you want to work through it a bit faster. As I say, I'll come back in and talk through the little bits that I'm doing. And the name of the loan. So the loan that we have with Westpac is the Flexi First Option Home Loan. So once again, it's really good to know the name of the loan. So when you talk to the bank, you're able to speak to them and say, look, I have a Flexi First Option Home Loan. I know it's a principal and interest loan. I know it's an owner-occupied loan, and I know that this is my current interest rate. So I'll talk through the scripting a little bit in terms of that. Will be step 3. We will actually call the bank, and I'll talk you through what we'll do beforehand in terms of that scripting. The other part I want to share with you too is that through one of the forums that I'm on, earlier today I saw that 2 people have been in touch with Westpac Bank in the last week, and they also have negotiated. I think they had very similar interest rates to us, around about 2.9 something, might have been a bit higher, 2.98 or something. And they have negotiated down to 2.75% with Westpac. So they said that it was a variable loan. They didn't talk about exactly what kind of loan it is, whether it's the same type as us. But yeah, so that's a little bit of reference for you, and I'll certainly be utilising and I've taken note of that, so that when I talk to the bank, I'll also share, I'm aware that you are giving other interest rates discounts to other people at the moment, and use that to my advantage as well. So as I say, I will put in a link for you to get the PDF of this document, have a look through, quickly pick up your loan statements, work through and get that sorted, and I'll be back again tomorrow night and just talk you through step 2, which is doing your research, and that can be a lot of fun, and I'll show you that little table that I use for that too. So thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to hearing how everyone goes with saving bucket loads of money on their home loan.